Hey guys, today I'm going to be reviewing LEGO Star Wars 75336, the Inquisitor Transport Scythe. I bought this set on the 30th of July for 160 Australian dollars from my local LEGO store. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to get this review out on the weekend that I got this set, but here it is finally, and now let's take a look at the minifigures. Here we have Obi-Wan Kenobi, or as it says on the box, Ben Kenobi, because that's what he was calling himself at the period that he wore this outfit. Speaking of the outfit, it was from episode 1 of the Obi-Wan Kenobi series. The dual set, Obi-Wan Kenobi vs. Darth Vader, comes with him in a different outfit that he wore in episodes 2 and 3. But this one is also really cool because it has this awesome cloth piece. He has a new face print that also comes in the dual set, same with the hairpiece, it's also new. He has this happy face on the front, and on the back, it's more of an angry face. I wish they'd put more of a nervous, weary looking expression on one of the sides, because that would have been better to represent basically his expression throughout the entire show, just kind of worried and weary and just he wasn't really smiling for most of the time. And taking a look at the printing, first with the lightsaber, they've gone back to the more frosted lightsabers this year, which I like, because lightsabers aren't exactly completely transparent, so that's a good decision, I think. He's got plain dark brown legs, and the torso printing is actually really good looking. It's really accurate to the show. I really like the detail they got on there with all the creases and the parts of the shirt coming up over the belt and stuff, and the belt is nice and detailed too. And if we just take off the piece, then you'll see that it actually looks like this. So it's a new cloth piece, never come in a set before to my knowledge, but I don't see what set it would have come in. And I really like it. It's the more soft fabric, and it's accurate to the show. Although if you put it on like this, which is what I did when I first built the set a while ago, you'll see that it does stick out a lot. It can even go out like that, which isn't really a good look for something that's supposed to be kind of draping over his body. And it kind of goes off to the side like that. Not a very good look. So you'll want to put it on like this, where you can see more of the torso printing. So that's another plus, because it's really good torso printing. And the bottom is, like the kind of ragged looking part is approximately lined up with his feet there. And it just looks more even, more like it's actually draping over his body, although we can't expect it to squash down fully because it's a Lego cape. It's not going to do that. It's not heavy like a real life cape. Anyway, moving on now. The Grand Inquisitor, and as you may know, he is the Powan Inquisitor that initially appeared in Star Wars Rebels, and actually got a minifigure for Star Wars Rebels, which I have here. The fifth brother did as well, although I don't have that figure. You'll see that there are quite a lot of differences in the figure, like the fact that this one's mainly black, has a cape. These are all details that are not dependent on just new design over the years. They're actually different in Kenobi. Like, you'll see that he has the badge there, whereas the old one has more lines. This one has yellow eyes and red stripes, whereas he has red eyes and grey stripes. So this guy, whoops. The newer one is a lot more accurate to Kenobi, and the old one is a lot more accurate to Star Wars Rebels, so you won't want to worry about that. Although the old one does have Imperial insignias printed on the sides of his shoulder pads, so I hope that's not in Kenobi, because otherwise that would be a massive shame that they just left that out this time. But either way, let's move on. And here is the Grand Inquisitor. So he's got grey leg printing going halfway down, and that looks pretty good, I think. Those legs are reused on the fifth brother, but not Reva, so yeah, because it's accurate to the fifth brother as well. And he's got thigh pads, I guess, printed on the side. Those are pretty cool as well. He's got this pretty cool new torso covering mold, which looks like this. You'll see that he actually has that pattern printed on his torso underneath it, and a similar thing on the back as well, although that's covered up by his cape, so that doesn't matter. Now, this is what the cape looks like. I haven't actually gotten one of these capes before, but it's good that they did do that so that it doesn't kind of stick out and around, because otherwise it'd get squashed by this piece, and we can't have that. So it's good that they included this cape so that it could fit underneath the chest piece. Anyway, this minifigure is quite a beauty. Definitely the best in the set. He looks amazing, and
I don't know, I just really like him. He's definitely at least 5 times better in real life than in pictures, so don't let this video deceive you. He's actually really cool looking in real life. I love this figure, I'm not even kidding. It is amazing. And you can also take off these lightsaber blades. They're actually a place to store these, which I'll show you later. And you can put the hilt on this clip on the back here, just like on the old Grand Inquisitor minifigure from Star Wars Rebels, just like in the shows where he stores the lightsaber on the back there. So that's really cool that they got that detail in there. All right, let's move on to the next one. Here is the 5th brother, and he actually has a new chest piece, but not a new helmet piece. I don't have the old 5th brother, so unfortunately I can't show him here to compare, but trust me, the helmet is the old mold, but in black instead of dark grey like the old one. And he has the same legs as the Grand Inquisitor, as I mentioned, but a new torso mold. And this armor piece is actually new as well, to match what his armor looks like in Kenobi, because it's actually different between Kenobi and Rebels. And as you can see, just like with the Grand Inquisitor, it just fits on there and matches the printing underneath. So that is pretty cool. And you'll see on the back of the head that it has that red stripe. That is actually accurate to the show. But unfortunately, because LEGO cheaped out and used the old mold, it gets covered up. So there wasn't much point in that. But it does look really cool, so I'm happy with that. And just like with the Grand Inquisitor, you can take his lightsaber and store the hilt on the back of the armor. Really cool Inquisitors in this set. I definitely recommend this. The figures are amazing. And now for the final figure in the set, Reva, or the 3rd sister Inquisitor. Now she has the same lightsaber blade as well, which should hopefully go down in price after 3 of them are released in a new set. She doesn't have any leg printing, unfortunately, but I don't think she really needed it. That torso print is really accurate, and she has this cape, which is technically new because it had come on this. It's the style of cape that's thinner and doesn't go outwards as much as the normal ones. And it has come on one of the Mandalorians in the Mandalorian Battle Pack, except that was the tougher material. This is the softer one, so it works with a hairpiece and when she's sitting on a chair in the Scythe. So, yeah, it's technically new as well. And she's got some nice torso printing on the back there as well. And I think this is a new skin tone, at least for Star Wars. I'm not 100% sure though, so don't quote me on that, but may or may not be new. And this hairpiece is not new, although it should have been a new hairpiece, because although this one looks alright, it doesn't perfectly match the actress's hair, so yeah, it looks alright, but I wish they'd done a new mold for that hairpiece. And unfortunately, because Reva doesn't use a kind of chest piece like the other 2 Inquisitors, you can't store a lightsaber hilt on the back of it, so you'll just have to store that in the Scythe with the lightsaber hilts, which I will get to showing you in a minute.
And here is the Inquisitor Transport Scythe. Now can I just start off by saying, this thing is amazing. It is glorious, it is beautiful. Look at those angles and how clean the joints are. There are like no gaps. The biggest gaps are probably those ones in the back there. But otherwise it's like amazing. I love it. This is easily the best set of the August wave, like even better than the ATT, just as a LEGO set, figures, design, etc. This is the best set of the wave, by far. The ATT is still my favorite, but this is the best one. And part of the reason for that is it's such great value for money. It's the same price as like the Bad Batch shuttle and Boba Fett's throne room, yet it's so much bigger. Like, look at this compared to the Razor Crest. If I just bring that over, they are literally the same length. And yes, the Razor Crest is like, that's 160 Australian, that's 200 Australian. Like, are they really that much? Yeah, there's probably that much of a size difference, but they're like the same size. This just has more mass in it, like, because it's got the whole roof bit up here. It's just crazy. It's such good value. Unbelievably good value. If you're buying this alongside Ambush on Ferrix, like I am, probably like the worst value set of the wave, this makes up for it easily and more. It's just such good value. Highly recommended. Love it. Let's start off by showing the way it flies. So you'll just want to fold the 2 wings down, and a bit difficult with one hand. So there we go. it looks so cool, so accurate to the show. I love how smooth the angle is on there. Love how that bit just juts out and goes down into the smooth wing. It's got some spring-loaded shooters on there. Oh yeah, here's the landing gear on the underside. Underside's not too great looking, but like this with the landing gear, so good. Oh, I just love it. It's so amazing. Okay, next thing to take a look at, the front. So it's got a very accurate and good looking mad exit ramp, just like in the show, that just folds down and you can have a figure posed walking out of it. And although this isn't accurate to the show, you can also fold this up, although there's not much point to doing that. And there are actually some studs in there where you could technically stand a figure, but I tried and it's way too hard for me to get my fingers in there. And yeah, although if, spoiler alert for the rest of the review, if you stick your finger in there, it does come out onto the seat, onto the pilot seat, so it does connect up to the rest of the ship, kind of. Like that grey piece in there, that dark grey piece right there is for the seat. And yeah, so a tiny bit of extra interior there. And now, the main interior. So the way you open it up is, okay, first, spring-loaded shooters. Just like normal spring-loaded shooters. Nothing special. Okay, now that that's out of the way, interior. And it is great interior. It is amazing interior. You can fold this up to access the driver's seat. And then you can fold this up. And you can fold that back. And you can open up this panel and this panel. And look at that, it's a massive interior for the set's price. You've got some stickers with Imperial wall lights and some control panels there. Those can kind of move and can actually, when you're holding the set up from underneath it, swooshing it around, you can actually push this up and it might knock an Inquisitor out of his seat, so that's a little bit annoying, but it's not too much of a problem if you can figure out how to hold it in a way that doesn't allow that to happen. But anyway, very detailed interior, got a control panel there. The seat there is very nice, and two seats here. I'll show you how to get those in there, and there are also these for storing the lightsaber blades, those 1x3 jumpers. And here we go, just pose the camera like next to it so I can show you how to get the figures in there. So Reva normally sits in the driver's seat, or at least that's how the set's designed, so that Reva goes in the driver's seat. It's sometimes difficult to get her in there with the cape, but usually this doesn't happen. Why is it happening now on camera? Alright, got her. There she is, controlling the ship. And you can fold up the seat for her to lean on. And next, the fifth brother can go in the seat here. And you'll notice there is an extra row of studs in front of the seat. That is so that the two other Inquisitors can sit there with their lightsabers on their backs there. So he can just slot into there. Very nice. And he can still lean on the seat with his lightsaber there. Get to focus, there we go. And the Grand Inquisitor, he has his cape and the lightsaber on his back, but because of that extra stud of space and the fact that the cape is soft, there's not going to be any difficulty positioning him there or getting the cape in without it crumpling or anything, so that's really good. And now you've got 6 lightsaber blades and a hilt to do something with. So what do you do with those? Well, you've just got to put them in those studs there. So there are 4 behind the Grand Inquisitor and 2 behind the fifth brother. And that is the perfect amount to get all of these lightsabers in here. All of these lightsaber blades. So, 4. They may look a bit weird being stored like that, but I really like it. It's better than not having anywhere to store the lightsabers, like is the case in basically every set. And with so many lightsabers in this set, it's really necessary that they put at least some way to store the lightsabers in. And then you've still got Reva's hilt, and you can actually just put that on one of the lightsaber blades there, and it still fits with the interior closing up. So yeah, they look really awesome in there. I love how that looks. And close that up just like that. And there you go, Inquisitor's in there. And you can swoosh them around and stuff. Oh, it's just such a good set. Everyone needs to buy this. Unless you hated Kenobi for whatever reason,
buy this set. It's the best set of the wave. It's beautiful, it's well priced, it's got great minifigures.
And that just about does it for the review. So, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, I'd really appreciate that. And sorry this was kind of a rush review and I still haven't gotten my recording setup perfected since I've just moved house, as you may already know from when I explained that in a different video. Go watch my other videos. So yeah, I'll make sure I have this all set up and ready for more reviews eventually. I haven't built more Lego shelves or anything, so the majority of my Lego collection is still like in the garage on garage shelves, except for a couple of display cabinets in my bedroom. But I'll get this all set up and we'll be all up and going very, very soon. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. Goodbye.